I want to first get the read on this with Jed Babbin, the former Bush 41 Undersecretary of Defense. I don't want to just throw this at you, Jed, but maybe you'll indulge me here. He apparently is going to refer to intelligence that proves what the president, this president, has long claimed, that the Iranians are cheating. Do you think he's right?
I think he's right. I think it's pretty much certain, because the Iranians have admitted as much, insofar as saying that, well, if you cancel the deal, we're going to restart our nuclear enrichment, uranium enrichment, within 4 days. Well, they're supposed to have destroyed or mothballed the uranium centrifuges that would allow them to do that. So they're obviously cheating in some way. I suspect strongly that Netanyahu will confirm that, and probably other ways that they're cheating too. Don't forget, Neil, these guys are in deep cooperation with the North Koreans, and they've been jointly developing both missiles and nuclear weapons. Now,
the North Koreans could be an important wedge here if we give them what they want, or talks prove promising. It's always in the eye of the beholder, I grant you. But that they might give us some dirt on the Iranians, or is that hoping too much? Or are you in that cynical camp that says, look, he's lied to us before, his father lied to us, his grandfather lied to us, don't trust him?
Well, you know me, Neil. I'm always a glass half empty kind of guy. So this is going to be another case where the North Koreans are not going to give us anything they don't get trapped into giving us. In this case, the Israelis have probably come up with some good, solid evidence. Their intelligence is real darn good. So I suspect that we're going to hear something that's going to be startling to a lot of people, especially in Europe. Macron and Merkel, who have been here lobbying hard for the nuclear deal that Obama signed.
You know what that community will probably say, Secretary, is that, oh, these are the Israelis. Of course they're going to say that. This is something Prime Minister Netanyahu has been saying for years. Nothing changes.
Well, that's probably right to some degree, and let's not forget that Netanyahu is, as is all the other people we're talking about, he's a political animal. So he's going to be citing things that he thinks are going to push Trump to do what he wants to do.
And by the way, separately, domestically, we've been dealing with a scandal, that investigation of payouts and all that. None of that might be true and all, but it would be, to hear cynics point out, not that you're in that camp, but a distraction.
Well, of course. And, God knows, our presidents never used world events to distract from current events. I mean, heavens to bid. But, the point of the matter is this happens all the time. We'll have to look at what not Macron, but Netanyahu says tonight, and we're going to have to see what our CIA says in response to that, the NSA says, and I think Mr. Trump will have something to say about it pretty quickly. So it's a very serious matter. This is the most hot thing that's on his plate right now. So Trump has to deal with it. On May 12th, he's going to, one way or the other,
well,
and I'm betting he's going to revoke it.
Everyone seems to think he's going to divorce himself from that deal entirely.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of a choice. He's got very great evidence in front of him. They're cheating. He knows that they're not going to be delaying at all in developing nuclear weapons. I don't think he has a choice.
And I don't think you're cynical. I think you're cautiously optimistic. You're also one of the smartest people I know. But I don't know a lot of smart people, truth be told. Kidding. Thank you very much, my friend. Very good having you.
Thank you, Neil.